I also don't know if this is like an okay thing to talk about. But it's like a man behind the curtain kind of shit.
No.
This is Austin McCutchen. He's the frontman of the Grateful Dead tribute band, Grateful Shred. There are hundreds of Grateful Dead tribute bands across the country. Grateful Shred is the third biggest. The band gained notoriety after being busted outside the Hollywood Bowl before a Dead & Company show. The resulting video has been viewed over 600,000 times, and Shred now tours the country playing the Grateful Dead's catalog. After Grateful Shred's soundcheck, Austin sat with me and revealed exclusively that the first song Grateful Shred will play tonight is... What are you trying to accomplish with an opener?
I think it like really sets the tone for the band, like all getting on the same page, and kind of like it's the sort of invitation to the audience to like tune in. We've kind of like recently changed the vibe of it. We kind of like change around how we do songs from tour to tour.
You switch it up to keep yourself interested?
Totally. Yeah, and just like, and also kind of like switch it up depending on like what is in the set, and looking at like it as like a bigger picture thing in terms of like flow.
Yeah. So
sometimes if you're gonna like do like a quicker, more up tempo one next, it's cooler to like do like a laid back kind of thing.
Good. I was just getting my list of shows, so I'm organized. I'm ready when you are.
do you write the set list?
Most of the time I kind of come up with the sketch, and then we'll kind of like sift through it sometimes and change it around. But yeah, I usually kind of come up with the concept for the set list.
Are you conscious of spreading out the vocals?
Yes. I try to spread it around because I think it like helps with engagement. I think the audience likes to kind of like move their focus during the show. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think as like a showgoer, I think it's always cool when there's multiple singers on stage, and if people are taking turns, it makes the show interesting.
Yeah, and also it probably keeps the band engaged, like in basketball, like spreading the ball around, everyone getting some shots up.
It's good to be able to spread it around and let everyone show their voice and like get some spotlight, or like whatever you want to call it, get some lead time. And yeah, it's totally a privilege to get to like pass it around.
Do you talk about what songs you're gonna like go deep on, or do you kind of let the moment rule?
We try to do as little talking about what's gonna if there's like something that like has the opportunity to jam or something, we kind of like try to leave it. Dan has this funny thing it's like the Fight Club thing, like number one rule of Fight Club, don't talk about it or whatever. And it's like the same kind of thing. It's like the less talking, the better. That's another one of those ones where it's like, oh, they like, there's like the fast way to do it that's kind of like the studio recording, or and then there's like versions of it that are like so slow. And then there's like, so we kind of mess with the tempo on that one. Sometimes it's like really laid back, or sometimes we do like the fast version, or sometimes we kind of put it in the middle somewhere.
This whole first set's been pretty up-tempo. Is that a conscious decision?
Yeah, I think, I guess so. Yeah, it's like pretty, it's Saturday night. Kind of like, I kind of always think about that. Like people are out, they're ready to have a good time. And And I feel like Saturday night often is like a good night to like do a barn burner or whatever. But yeah, I try to keep, in general, I think it's good to kind of keep an up tempo first set and get people roped in.
The Grateful Dead have so many songs. How many songs are in the Grateful Shred's repertoire?
100, 150, I don't know. Like, we certainly haven't like tackled the whole catalog, and I don't think we really have any intention to do that either.
Is part of why you send around the set list before to give everyone an opportunity to refresh their memory on how to play these songs, given that there's over 100 of them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like if we have like a show at night, I usually try to like get it out in the morning, and also give people an opportunity to be like, I don't want to do that song, or like how about we do this one instead, or whatever. And that part of with the like letting other people sing, I think that's usually when people have an opinion about it. If they're like, oh, I'm not really feeling like singing that song tonight or whatever.
How cognizant are you of key changes and like how much you'll have to tune as you create the set list?
I'm like, I try not to do big blocks where it's all like one key for like a lot of songs in a row. It does get into this like this sort of like tonal space of like redundancy or something. So I try to think about that when I'm writing stuff out a little bit. And sometimes it happens just because I'm like it's like a blind spot or something. I'm like, oh, I want to do this song and I want to do this song and this song would be fun and like these would be good together. And then I like kind of like space on the fact that they're like all on the same key. And then like usually it's like somewhere in the middle of the set that I'm like, oh my God, we've been playing in D for so long. or the last like 4 songs have been in A and they're all like all blues songs. Like what? Like, what did I do?
So all of that is in the spirit of like keeping the audience engaged.
I mean, it's in the spirit of having fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, we, as a band and as like performers and stuff, I do think about the experience for the audience, and we try to put on a good show. So I think I actually don't know fully if the audience cares or not. They might not care, but I think it's like my duty to care. I think the audience responds if they can see that you're having fun. That's like the biggest challenge, especially if like we're on like a tour that's like more than 3 weeks long.
Yeah.
It's like the middle of the week and you're in some town somewhere and you're like tired and and you got to do the show and you're like, oh, like you got to find the fun,
Do you look out on the audience sometimes like, oh fuck, we're losing them, we got to do this?
It happens, but yeah, I mean that's like a big part of like set listing, I think, is like, it's good to like do some down tempo stuff and like a lot of the Spirit of the Dead, and like there are a lot of shows where it's like more ballady than others, and that's not, it's not like you have to totally shy away from doing like slow ballady stuff, but we do tend to like try to put on an energetic show, and I think people respond, like people like to dance, To me, it like works as a good set closer because it's kind of a concise song, and it's a little bit of a set sort of form, and then it's just kind of like a quick out, and then it's like that's the end of the set. It's like get in, get out.
How do you prepare yourself for the second set during set break?
Kind of like depends on how the first set goes.
If it went bad, then what do you do?
I don't know. Probably like drink a beer really quickly. I'm a perfectionist to a fault, and it's like really annoying. And I know it's like yeah, I can like get in my head about stuff, even if it was like so. And then like oftentimes if you're like over analyzing, there's like someone else in the band that's like, that was a great set. What are you talking about? Like, but there is like the collective experience that's happening on stage, and then there's like if you're like and then you could be having your own kind of like trip.
How similar is Iko Iko to Man Smart Woman Smart?
Very, very similar. Okay. Different key, very similar groove. They're both like Cajun grooves. So that's kind of the vibe. It's like a good New Orleans kind of thing, and it's a really, for me, it's a really fun one to do a set opener with. Kind of gets people bouncing around and stuff. That one's like fun for me because it's like challenging lyrically. Because it's like there's like a million verses.
So do you not use an iPad with lyrics? Do you remember them?
I have a lot of them memorized.
Damn.
I prefer to memorize the songs because I feel that I can convey the energy of the song better if I'm not having to read off of stuff. But it is like, it does create like a whole behemoth of a challenge to like memorize songs and stuff. But for whatever reason, like since I was a kid, I can remember just like every song like I ever learned or whatever. If I learn it enough, like I can literally just like remember like all these songs that just like bounce around in my head. These Marty Robbins tunes are like great examples because they're just like, they're these stories. They're like, the gunfighter ballads are just these like stories, and they and so there's like a total arc to the story. So you like, they're kind of fun to memorize because you're like, okay, like you're like able to visualize the whole song. You're like okay. Then he went to the cantina. He met Rose. He met his like Mexican maiden, and then he had to run away, and he got on the horse, and now he's like out in the countryside on his horse, and then they catch up to him, and they're chasing him, and then they shoot him, and then she comes to his side, and so it's like a whole like it's just like a cool thing to memorize.
Obviously, that's like a good LA song. When you're in San Francisco, are you more likely to sing a lyric that references San Francisco?
Yeah, we think, we get to travel and go to different places all over the country, and it's like fun to think about where you are and try to lean in a little bit and like give the audience like a shout. It's like kind of like a shout out.
I know.
On something. It can be a little cheesy, but people people love it. You like play Tennessee Jet in Knoxville, and like people are like, people light up and they're excited. We played in Tahoe the other night.
How long do you like to wait before playing a song again?
Yeah, I mean, we don't do repeats if we're doing like 2 or 3 nights in the same place. Each night will be unique. That's like that's I guess a rule or whatever. And it makes it fun for us, and it keeps the audience, I think, wanting to come back and like see what's the next night's gonna be like. So yeah, and then typically if we're on like a longer tour, try to like space it out a little bit, give songs a couple days to breathe, and bring them back, especially if they're kind of like the more like anthemic numbers,
Deadheads like to guess songs while you're tuning. Do you ever like tease a song, or are you just trying to get like the right chord going?
Like I don't do like a lot of like tease stuff on guitar. I think sometimes John does to kind of just have fun. But yeah, I think people like that or don't like it or something. I don't know. It's like funny. I think ultimately people are like probably going to enjoy what is played, but I know people get excited if it's like teased and then it actually happens or something.
Yeah, you feel smart.
Yeah.
Tricky song. Right?
It's really tricky. We haven't done it in a while. Actually, it's not a lot of lyrics, but I'm singing that one, and it's just the lyrics are tricky. It's a Phil song, and Phil's like kind of notorious for writing beautiful, somewhat complicated. Complicated is not a good word, but like challenging, sure. like songs, and the structures of them are often odd, verse to verse, like no two verses are are alike, and so Unbroken Chain's a great example of that. I never am on the side of like cutting the jam short for time's sake. I would rather cross out a song later in the set and audible out from doing more songs if we're like getting into the mood and we're like jamming for a long time, I think. And if people are like engaged and it's feeling good and stuff, I definitely tend to want to keep jamming. Sometimes we'll like be jamming and like kind of lose track of like how long we've been playing. And so I've been trying to get better at whatever. I also don't know if this is like an okay thing to talk about. But it's like really like it's like a man behind the curtain kind of shit. And we probably won't even end up getting to do all those songs, but we'll try. One More Saturday Night's like kind of like it's a little obvious. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's fun to do. Sometimes it's like nah, it's all good. Do something else.
And might as well. Grateful Shred's album is out right now.
It's out. It's on the internet.
Have a great show. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.